Yeah, boss, we got big problems. You better call that robot that spot show. It's Spot Bot. Anybody got a 20 on that Spot Bot?
Morning. 9:30. Going into work. We're gonna go to Calgary and pick up some more rail stuff. I had went back to Conklin and got that stuff, but started out making a video. Conditions worsened, and then it was raining and it was muddy, and there was just a ton of people running around on location, so I opted out making a video just because of conditions. Not that I don't like videotaping playing in the mud. Wasn't anything too extravagant, didn't need to chain up. I figured, you know, same old. You just play that video in reverse, except for it was daylight. So going in, hook up to my trailer, because someone else was supposed to take my trailer today. I was actually off, and I had an appointment this morning, did my appointment. So they're like, hey, can you come in on your day off? And being the good employee that I am, and I need the money, I'm like, okay. So we'll go in, we'll hook up, and we'll head to Calgary. All right, ready to rip. benefits of getting yourself into rail is always the option. Spike plates, fuck. Steel shit everywhere you gotta watch out for. I'm actually surprised, now that I'm gonna say it, I'll get a flat tire, but I haven't had very many flat tires this year. Stay tuned. There's all our shit waiting for us. Glorious rail life. It's actually a pretty good location. Actually, that's all concrete on the track, so it'll be a nice laydown. And it looks like there's tons of room, so. The only unfortunate is that it's right in Calgary, which isn't the end of the world. I hate driving in the city, but you want hours, you gotta do the work. Fucking plowed right into the camper. Like, right off. That would have been bad. Yeah, don't do that. too bad. It fucking poured. Obviously, while I was helping everybody else load, and then it stopped for me, but I stayed and helped everyone, so I was soaked. It's not the end of the world, but we're finally loaded up here, and we're gonna head her back to Black Falls. I got rained on, I got snowed on. A little nice in between. There was some downtime trying to, well, it wasn't really any downtime. It was like all go time. I loaded last, so I helped everybody load. And then I was second to last to unload just because the way it kind of works out. And then I had to help everybody unload again. So yeah, and then it was a curved track, which is always, it's a bit. So when the track's curved, you gotta offset your trailer completely different to the front. And then if you don't do it right, you'll have a derailment, which we had one fall off just a little bit, but we caught it and we just pulled it back up the trailer. We had to adjust a little bit and we were all good. Hey, over here now, calling you on the radio. We're unspottable. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, I'm totally spotted on this trailer. Holy shit, that's black. White power. What logbook? I didn't break that. Have you had a chance to think about that raise? I gotta go spot something. Oh fuck, I broke it. Holy shit, that's heavy, but I got this. I hope Blaine didn't see that. Yeah, it's supposed to do that. It's doing a burn. Spotswell is my middle name. I got a permit. Matter of fact, I got two. It's so heavy. Do you have something that needs spotted? Now, other than these videos are old, I'll just comment on them a little bit here and fill in a lot of blanks because I didn't do a lot of talking. I was too shy. I've been shy my whole life, and it's about time I stopped being shy. So my new videos are much better, obviously, than my old ones. Today it's Armour rig, which we used to keep. Those guys used to sit in our yard at Road Train. It's a tri service rig. It's pretty tall and at times was like 5.6 meters tall, which is the downfall of hauling a service rig on 48 wheel lowboy instead of a double drop, which puts you at a deficit of being like another 10 to 12 feet longer, which it's already tight getting around the range roads with 48 wheels as it is. So having it legal height is a disadvantage of getting into spots. Today we're just going to take a swing back into the past, a blast, reverse. We're jumping in the DeLorean. We're going to hit 88 kilometers an hour. No, it wasn't kilometers. That was miles per hour, which was its top speed of the day, actually. And we're going to revisit Road Train days. I'm going to start posting these on the weekends because I just have some dead space sometimes. I haven't worked for a couple days, so, and if I don't do something with them, I'll do nothing. And we'll sit on them so long, then I'll be really embarrassed to show them because they're, let's face it, it's GoPro Hero 3. It's junk. Even though I only have the 7 now, and then on top of the other stuff I have, I wish I started making videos a long time ago because there's a lot of that it would have seen and would have been cool to capture a lot of the stuff that I did over the years at Road Train, but unfortunately I never thought about it, never dreamt of it until just one day I'm like, light bulb. I can't find any content on YouTube that I want to watch that interests me about trucking. It was lame. It's like, not that there's anything against you guys that run the highway, pull reefer, whatever, like, it's too mundane for me. I need change all the time. I have attention deficit disorder, so I couldn't have a job where, like, I want to do logging, but I might be scared that I might get bored of hauling logs every day. but maybe the location will change, and then I'm like, well, mountaintop logging, maybe some off-road Pacificas, some P16, some Fats, if that stuff even still exists. The problem with the guys that have those companies, they don't have the internet, they don't have a website, I can't look for a job, so I like off-road, and I like doing lots of different stuff. That's why I picked this job. So I'm going to share it. And that's where I was when I was watching YouTube, and I was like, these guys make money, trucking channels, and I'm like, it's not that great. Some of it's alright. I'm like, if there's room for them, there's room for me. So here it is. as it goes. Starting to use my super duper. Look at that, you get right into my pores. Dude. Back up, back up! So yeah, it's not so much that I don't, who doesn't like reminiscing, right? Like, I like to go back in the past. It's kind of sad sometimes. You know, I hope it's not going to be the best part of my trucking career because I have a lot left in me to give. But it was some great times. I wish I would have started making videos a long time ago and captured a lot of stuff. Like, maybe I could have caught breaking my neck. There was a time where I rolled a cat off the side of the wheeler one time. Not proud of it. It's when I was young and dumb. We talked about this before. And I had a side boom, a D8 side boom for pipeline, open cab. We put it, it was probably my first chunk of real yellow that I've had, and I'm always excited about hauling equipment, and I put that thing on there, and it wasn't right, so I hopped right up there. I'm like, oh, I know how to run these. And the wheeler was sagging a little bit, so I was just gonna back it up and turn, and just drive it back ahead, and just move it over like a foot or whatever, right? I'm like, oh, no problem, I know how to run these, and yeah. The one thing I didn't learn about was uncorked machines on icy surfaces, which, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but that would have been pretty epic to be able to see that on video, and I could go back and see that, because traumatic, lucky to be alive. It's a good thing the cat only went off the side and stopped, because if it went completely over, it would have been game over. And I ended up I broke my neck, vertebrae, whatever. I ripped out all the ligaments. At first they're like, no, there's nothing wrong with you, and then it was all deep tissue, and I tore all the muscle away from the ligaments and the vertebrae. I don't even remember which one anymore, but they're like, oh, you're lucky you're still allowed to breathe, and you're not paralyzed from the waist or from the neck down. I'm like, oh, that's pretty traumatic, because I did go back to work for like 24 hours, reloaded another cat, took it to a derailment, and then came back home after, and then went to the hospital. That's how crazy I was about just hauling some equipment. I'm like, oh, my neck's sore, but I'll finish it, because I'm a trooper. That's how I am, so could have been way worse. But anyways, so yeah, painful to watch a little bit, because it was like I was at the top of road train. The only thing is that the work wasn't there anymore. It was getting pretty sad there at times. Grim. Still keeping somewhat busy. The Texas bed is probably one of the more busy trucks in Alberta, which isn't the case here at Cypress. Hasn't been that busy, but all those people that used to call, like I still do a lot of work for a lot of those guys, they're not calling at all. So it's a good thing we have other stuff. Diversification is the only way a trucking company is going to live nowadays, because that oil is going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, if it's going to be up at all, period, anymore. So sad to see, because that truck was supposed to be bought by my boss at the auction, but it ended up going for way too much. It ended up selling that for about $260, and that's damn near new. We paid $225 for the truck chassis from Kenworth, and then we paid another $60 for oil field rig up, like the push bumper, lights, backup lights, headlights. When we powder coated and rhino lined the inside of those fenders, the whole back setup, that was Braden's RN 90, which I think is a 45 ton, and then a 20,000 pound number 2. That was all fully hydraulic, lift up, lift down, air locks on everything. You didn't have to do nothing. You just you had to get out to unlatch the fifth wheel and put in the pins. I was like, how can I get it so my deck pins can just hydraulically like, because that would have been the cat's ass. But you still got to get out and unhook the trailers, so somehow, somewhere. But yeah, it actually, I don't know for sure. I need to ask somebody else, because I know a couple of the guys watched the sale, and I think it was actually the highest priced item sold at the auction was that truck. Even our pickers that, you know, they ended up there, it's like a 1.5 truck. I don't know what happened there. I think the battery just died. But anyways, our pickers, you're like looking at 1.5 for a fully rigged National, 38 ton, 45 ton with one trailer is usually around 1.5 when prices were maxed out. So that's pretty sad. And those trucks were only getting like 200, 240. And there was nothing really special about our road train trucks. Like they weren't, we always had a lot of the fiberglass C5 hoods, single headlight, our newest one, so it wasn't a real looker. Like it was an alright truck. Some people didn't like it. Bryce, this truck isn't good enough for me. Then he was all mad that I got the cool looking C5 and he didn't, because that really pissed him off. Such a baby.